Hello there. It is Wednesday, 7 o'clock. Yes, still 7. Johnny Daniel, independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up. All ready to go for you. At least I hope so. All right. Hold on a sec. I'm going to get a couple flyers and then we're going to be ready. Okay. Now we're set. All right. So first things first, the club order bonus links have changed because it is the 17th. They changed yesterday. For this month's bonus, I know it's backwards. For this month's bonus, you get your choice after a $50 in product order. Your choice of the 6x8 bags. The basic red rhinestones, getting you ready for Christmas, right? We got to make some Rudolphs, or the wonderful snowflakes that you can barely see on there. So that is first and foremost. Secondly, we've got the September online craft class all ready for you with a new feature, a QR code, and you can pay online. Yay, right? If you are paying online and want to do the $7 option with the Scary Cute Cling Stamp set, make sure to have the proper host codes and everything else, and so you can do everything like you're supposed to, okay? So for this class, it is $15. It is mailed to you. The postage is included unless, of course, you buy the stamp set and then it's only $7, but you have to buy it before the end of the month. Let's see, what else? So we're going to be doing 2 cards with fun folds. And what does that mean? Not the basic ones. And we're going to be doing a slide pocket with mini airheads in it. So a cute little gimme for Halloween. And then we are also going to be doing a layered tag that you can put a gift card in. So if you have coworkers and that kind of stuff, you know, $5 Starbucks, you know, those kind of things. That works great. So that's what I have for, what do you call it? Not housework. Anyways, the beginning part. So, if you're on with me, please comment and say hello as I flip you, and we're going to get to creating because we have some fun stuff to do tonight. So hold on, I'm going to flip ya. And in theory, this is all going to work perfectly, right? Let's see here. And let's hope, huh? So, alrighty. Hello, Lise. How are you, hun? Alright, so tonight's technique is called the faux silk technique. But before I begin that, I need to get some host codes down for you. So for the club order bonus, it's HE9QHUTF. This is club. I'm just going to write club. And then for the other one, if you want the class, you need to order the Scary Cute stamp set or a $22 equivalent to get the class for $7. Just pay shipping. So 3TTYQRBK. And this is for class. This one is until 8/31 as well as this one. I know it's confusing, but it's what it is. So, alrighty. So now that we have that out of the way, alright. So for tonight, I'm going to be showing you how to make this card, but I think with the ducks instead. But these are the 3 that you will get materials for in the order. So before I begin this, I'm going to show you everything you get, all the way down to the shiny red envelope. You get a glue stick, so you don't have to wonder if yours is dry if you live in the desert. You get enough tissue paper for the 3 fronts, and then you get everything cut, scored, and ready to go, as well as the gems all tucked nicely. The only thing you need is a scissors and stamp and seal and your ink. Not sure what else. Hey Barb, how are you? Barbara, sorry. I'm trying to remember. But if you go on to stampingwithjohnny.com and look at the Facebook Live materials, it is $10 because it's going to be 3 cards. But all the details are on there. So there you go. Okay. So with that being said, here are the 3 cards. They're all the same technique, but I will go through it real quick. It will also be on the tutorial tomorrow morning on the blog, stampingwithjohnny.com, and it will have the measurements and it will have all the colors and all the gems and all. Yes. Okay. So with that being said, I'm going to start. So this one is stamped with the Dragonfly Garden stamp set. This is stamped in Granny Apple Green as well as the basic gray. This is, the paper wise, this is Gray Granite and Highland Heather. And this is a thick basic white piece of cardstock, 4 1/4 by 11 and scored at 5 1/2. Like I said, all the measurements are going to be on Thursday's blog, but I wanted you to know. So this is colored with blends, but you can also color with watercolor pencil. You can also color with Stampin' Write marker. The reason I picked the blends was because it was alcohol based and it didn't smear. You'll understand in a minute. So this technique is the same as what I'm going to show you, but obviously you're going to just be stamping differently. And you can stamp anything you want if you don't have the Dragonfly Garden, but you will get the materials for the 3 cards. So this one is stamped with the Soft Seedlings. Soft Seedlings. Love this stamp set. Love the texture that this has. This is one of the distinctive stamp sets, which means it's a patent pending for us, and it means 1 stamp and it looks like you've stamped it 2 or 3 times. It's amazing. So this one, same technique. One thing to note, if you're doing the glue stick with your classic inks, if you want your leaves falling, do it downward instead of upward. That's all. So you'll understand in a minute. And then last but not least, I have this gorgeous wolf from Stylish Sketches. And this guy is done with espresso ink and then smeared with the glue stick, believe it or not. Nothing extra. So I'm going to get going and do something similar to this one, and you'll understand the technique. So let's begin, huh? So I'm going to do the ducks tonight. And if you wanted to do words, I would recommend them on a separate pennant because they're going to smear underneath and you probably won't be able to see them very well. So that is the why. So I'm grabbing my clear block, sticking my ducks on. All my ducks are in a row tonight. Yeah, so okay, I'll be here all night. So all right, so one thing you want to do when you're creating this is have a silicone mat, so your glue from your glue stick doesn't get everywhere. However, if you do not have one of these, grab some masking tape and grab a piece of wax paper or parchment paper, either one, and just do some masking tape to stick it down so it doesn't move on you. All right, so for this card, we're working with the Thick Very Vanilla base, and this is cut at 5.5 by 8.5 and scored at 4.25. We're going to be taking the valley side, and that's going to go on the outside. The mountains are going to get squished down, okay? So that is first and foremost. I'm going to take a bone folder to burnish that a little bit better. I didn't like how much it was popping up. So then for my pieces and parts, I do have the brushed metallics gems. You'll be getting those when you order the materials. All right, so the front section pieces are all the same size, and this is going to be on the tutorial, but 2 3/4 by 4 1/4. So there you go. Okay. So you want to make sure when you're doing this that your tissue paper is about at least 1/2 inch bigger than whatever you cut your middle section to be. So for me, 2 3/4 by 4 1/4, so I'm going to have about 5 inches by about a little over 3. Okay. And then I've got 2 squares, and they are cut at 3 inches. You can do 4 inches. You can do 3.5. It's up to you. You could do a whole bunch of small ones. It is simply layering. Okay, so I believe these were cut at 4 inches. No, these were cut at 3. So honestly, kind of whatever you want for the look. Okay, that's not the main focus of the technique. So I'm gonna get these glued down so I don't lose them. So we're just gonna do this, and we're gonna go opposite of the sample, of course, right? So we've got these here, so we're gonna put these down. Okay, this is gonna get put to the side. Okay, just that simple. Now I'm gonna grab a piece of white tissue paper. This is from Dollar Store. Nothing exciting, nothing great, but it works wonderfully. You'll notice that one side is more flat and one side is a little bit more waxed. You want to make sure that the more flat side is going to be glued down to your project. Why? Because it simply sticks better. That's all it is. So this we're going to crumple, literally crumple a couple of times. Why? Because, you know, silk doesn't look perfect, and we're not talking about like a pressed silk outfit. We are talking about like a silk print on like a wall art kind of thing. Okay, that's what I'm talking about, like a tapestry. That's the word I wanted. So how's everybody doing tonight? Have you had dinner yet? I need ideas for dinners. What are your go-tos? I've got some, but I'll be honest with you, I'm bored. So there's only so many different ways you can do flank steak, you know? All right, so I've got my piece. My shiny side is this side, so I'm going to have this up to remind me to glue that side down. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my ducks that are already on the block. Yeah, okay. And I'm going to put this horizontal or landscape, and we're going to load this up with ink. If you don't know how it stamps, that's what scratch paper's for. All right, and there we go. Easy peasy, right? So I'm gonna clean this really quick. All right, clean that real quick. Done. Okay, I'm gonna close up my ink because, believe it or not, there is no more ink on this. Okay, so I'm gonna close up my ink, and I'm gonna get my silicone mat. Like I said, wax paper works too. And we're gonna grab our glue stick. Now, if you wanted to grab the ones that have the purple and they dry clear, that's awesome, because then you can see exactly where you put it, but I don't have that. So what I'm gonna do is you want to make sure you get the edges really, really good. And then which way do you want them to run, right? Because look at how that smears. Isn't that gorgeous? It almost looks like a wood burn kind of sepia kind of tone, if I'm saying that correctly. And then you literally grab your crunched up piece. I think I did this backwards, but it's okay. And then you're gonna rub lightly, but not too much. Why? Because you don't want to press all those wrinkles out. You actually want some of them. So now I'm gonna make sure that my edges, see I've got some edges here that I'm like, not so much. So I just put a touch more glue and then kind of easily lay it down. And then I'm just kind of peeling and seeing where my glue doesn't quite get to, and then I'm gonna put some more down, and then I'm gonna flip over. Okay, I'm gonna cap my glue because everything dries out here. And then I'm gonna grab my snips and I'm just gonna angle my corners. Why is that? So they don't bunch when I try to fold them. Okay, so I'm just angling my corners in and angling my corners in. Okay, my silicone mat done. Okay, now I'm gonna grab my Stampin' Seal and I am just going to put like 2 stripes on each side. You want to do this on the cardstock, not the tissue paper, because tissue paper won't take it. It's just that simple. And then you're gonna fold over, mush, fold over, mush. You're tightening this up so that way you can see the pattern. If you don't do it tight enough, you're gonna have problems similar to this one where it's very, very cloudy because it's kind of loose. So if I had pulled it a little bit tighter, I'd be able to see the design a little bit better. So it's up to you on how tight you go. But, and then just fold, fold, fold. And then take your triangle that's loose and go from the corner and go in, okay? If you got extra pieces, it's okay. And then you're gonna kind of lift, go from the corner and go in, okay? Hey Serene, glad you made it, hun. So I'm gonna go from the corner and go in. So this week's materials is $10. It's all on the website already. One change that I did make, so you don't get it quite so late, the cutoff's gonna be Friday from now on instead of Saturday, so I can mail it by Saturday, so you're not starting to create like Tuesday or Wednesday. Now you're getting it Monday or Tuesday, so you're not completely behind, okay? I hope that helps you. I'm not sure. So there's that. I need to find my card base. I'm like it somewhere around here. And then that goes kind of in the middle here. So I'm going to grab my Stampin' Seal and I'm going to put this down kind of in the middle. And then push. Okay, we're going to flip this over and we're going to push from this side because I really don't want my fingers on the tissue paper as much as possible because it possibly will tear. So now I'm going to grab some glue dots on each of the corners, maybe, and I'm just going to lift my corner and stick down because I want to make sure this doesn't curl up. Okay, so we're going to lift on the corner, stick down, lift on the corner, stick down on all 4 corners. So has anybody had relatives that had ducks? Or maybe yourself? I have not. We've had everything but. So, alright. So let's catch up on the comments here. Oh. let's see here. You got yours yesterday. Yeah, I know, but I'm trying to, like, can it be immediate? So, I know. All these things. Okay. So you do your 4 corners, okay? And then you grab your bling, and I'm going to do up here, and I'm going to do here, and I'm going to do here. That's not quite straight. Let's see if I can push. And then we're going to do here just to outline that corner a little bit since it doesn't have color. And that, my dears, is the whole technique, right? Super easy, right? So, so this is what you're going to be getting with the materials, the gems for all 3 cards, the materials for all 3 cards. So basically, you will need a stamp set. The glue stick will come with. You will need, my table's not level. You will need a stamp set of your choice, coloring if you need to. Yeah. I didn't have anybody that had ducks. Everything else but ducks. Chickens, you name it. So anyways, so you will get the materials for all 3 cards as well as the little pennant down here. So what you will need is ink and Stampin' Seal, as well as some glue dots just to stick those corners down. That is all. So thank you so much. If you want to order the material, stampingwithjohnny.com/Facebook Live materials. Just that simple. And you can pay online if you would like, or I can invoice you. It's up to you. So follow me, stampingwithjohnny.com. Have a great evening and go create. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.